Okay, we're going to show, this is a continuation from the last video on this car. We're going to show a proper recharge. Part of it, I probably won't describe everything, but one of the things is the inlet and outlet temperature drop across the condenser. I have the testo gauges hooked up here, and this will be connected right to the inlet. This is the pipe that goes to the condenser. This is the pipe that comes out of the condenser, and I have the testo gauges on, so I have the testo app, and you can see the two gauges right there. The car has been running, so that everything is hot right now. We're down to 186 microns, and I'm ready to charge up. I'm on a scale that's accurate to within 5 grams. Here's the remote Bluetooth to this with Bluetooth. Those are Bluetooth gauges there. The temperature gauges out for the duct and in on the dash are Bluetooth. So let's get ready to perform this recovery. So this is 520 grams. That's the factory spill spec, and we're zeroed out here. So let's open up. So we now have refrigerant inside this line up to this point right here. And you can see there's 45 grams of refrigerant just filled up this line, stopped right here. I'm going to shut off the vacuum. We're at 132 microns. I am going to open up the refrigerant flow and count how long it takes to fill. So close off the vacuum. And back and close. So here we go. I'm going to open up this valve right here. 1, 2, 3, go. We are now filling up. Count how many seconds. So this is at 2 minutes and 15 seconds when I opened up the valve. We're at 400 grams. There we go for, what did I say, 520. I'm metering it right now. I'm turning it on and off. So how many seconds was that? This is how you can tell when somebody does or does not know how to do air conditioning. When they properly recovered all the way down, they know how to use their gas laws in their favor. It's done. Was that even 30 seconds? And that is how you know when somebody's doing. You don't have to run the engine, you don't have to run the air conditioning. All vehicles feel like that. If somebody has a problem, they have to shake hands, run the engine. It's because they don't know what they're doing. They didn't perform all the right procedures. That is the difference. So now let's turn this vehicle on. Let's close off the high side. It's like 90 degrees in here because I had defrost and heater on the last mode. So we have full fan. Let's get it on fresh air mode. We got our temperature all the way down. And so right now, the inside of the cabin is like 90 degrees. So the air sensor is sensing it's really hot. And I have it all the way in minimum temperature. So the compressor is going to work really hard to rapidly call for, because my call for cooling is minimum cooling. So I'm working the hell out of the system trying to raise it, so we'll see a pressure go up, and then when it satisfies, the high side will come back down. And for the guys who like to look at the bubble, there's your sight glass, so you can see this one is clear. If that's what you're using as an indicator, whether you're full or not full. If you've watched my videos about using the sight glass to determine whether you're full, you know that doesn't always tell you the truth. Depends on the conditions. So we'll let this run a few minutes because I'm cooling off a 90 plus interior cabin down. but that just gave you the gist of what's going on. The compressor is working the hell out of itself trying to cool off down there. But here is okay, so the engine just shut off. This is the noise of the compressor. It's working really hard because I'm trying to bring down that interior temperature that was at 90 degrees down. Here is the temperature of the discharge line. So that is the line that's going to the condenser. And this is the temperature of the line right here coming out of the condenser. So we have 136 degrees going into the condenser, and we have 89 degrees coming out of the condenser right now. This number will change once we cool the cabin off. Let's look back here. We're balls to the walls because we're taking out of a lot of heat because I superheated this whole car during the vacuum process. That's how you help your vacuum, is by having the car running with heat on and in the air conditioning mode. Now let's come back and look at all these numbers when it has stabilized. Next video.